speaking of the American Dream, though, the Virgil character, obviously, they say is, Virgil Runnels, like Dusty Rhodes' real name. Is that the truth? Is that where the Virgil character spawned from? Is it from Virgil Runnels?
Hey, man, I didn't know where the character came from originally, and I didn't care. Okay, when you got a character to portray, a character to be, you be that character, and you be the best of your ability to be that character, okay? And by doing that, you don't care where it came from, okay? You got to do it your best, okay? And you got to make that character rock the world, and it rocked. You mean? And every time you came and did a character, you do it better and better and better and better, where you're the top professional in your sport. That's where I look at it.
And you were involved in a lot of main events. Obviously, Ted was in a couple of main events. You were in there with Andre, in their corner. Was that kind of a huge deal to you to be a part of like a SummerSlam main event and be in Ted's corner for WrestleMania and Andre's corner and so on and so forth?
Hey, I loved it. Man, I was made to be main event, okay? I was made to be in the number one actions where you're supposed to be. Like, I loved it, bro. I came up that way. You mean? So why not be in main events? Why not be the number one head knockers everywhere? You know what I'm talking about? To open up the show or to close the show, okay? I like more closing the show when you come out and you sell out Wembley Stadium in London, England, or you sell out Madison Square Garden in New York, or you sell out the Miami Arena in Miami, Florida, or you sell out New Orleans, the Superdome. That's what gets bigger than that.
And obviously, you're feud. I mean, obviously, so many people remember you with the $1 Million Man, Ted Debiase, as his bodyguard. They remember the money, the flaunting it, the throwing it, the putting it down people's throats. But I remember so fondly you turning Royal Rumble '91, turning on Debiase, nailing him with that $1 million belt, getting a huge pop. You just kind of relive that moment a little bit of the face turn that you had.
Everyone has a price for Virgil. You know what I mean? I mean, I loved it because we built it up so good, man, so right. I mean, it was a building of 7 years, you know, man.
Yeah, and that turn in the Royal Rumble '91, the crowd remembers it so much. Man, the $1 million belt and the feud over the $1 million belt, that was just such a great, memorable moment.
I mean, I still today can go to New York, and first team people run into me and say, hey, they come over to me, I can be eating in a restaurant in New York. No way. No. It can't be. Holy shit, it's him. Hey, brother, we still remember you 20 years later. Okay, that's 1991, okay? Okay, 20 years would have been, 2011? That's 20 years, right? So right now would be 26 years, to be exact. And they still know it. They still know it. People still say, man. And even if right now, if these people are like, say 37, for example, okay? They watched this action when they were 10 years old. And they still remember. Now they're 37, okay? Think the little kid watched it when he was 7, okay? Now that kid is 33. And they loved it. And you put a long-lasting impression on someone like that they remember, they never forget. And the first thing they do is tell their kids, right? Their kids say, oh, no, this was back when I was a kid watching it, okay?
Do you have a favorite match or maybe a couple of favorite matches? Would it be SummerSlam 91 or would it be something else?
I think it had to be 1991 SummerSlam. What can top that?
do you have a favorite opponent in your career? I feel like you and Debiase had great chemistry. Would it be Ted, or would it be maybe somebody else? Because I know you wrestled, obviously, the Macho Man, Jake Roberts, Hercules. I mean, you had so many good opponents. Hulk himself, obviously.
Man, they were all great opponents. But I think the greatest opponent where I learned so much from was the $1 Million Man, Teddy DiBiase. Okay? And he was a mentor. He was such a great teacher. And, man, he was a real good friend, man. You mean? He showed you what the wrestling business was all about, man. Okay? Because when you're with someone almost like 24/7, okay, you keep your mouth shut and you learn, okay? You know, you see where I'm coming from?
Yes.
And you learn from the best. And they didn't come no better than Ted DiBiase, man. They didn't come no better at all.
He's obviously one of the best and obviously one of the all-time greats.